It's a new year, it's a new you, so stay tuned because I'm going to share with you 6 ways to upgrade your operating system and use this reset that the universe is doing for the super blood moon in Leo and total eclipse to your advantage so that you can glow forward on fire in 2019. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I am a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. Today I'm going to give you an energy update that revolves around the full super blood moon in Leo with the total lunar eclipse we have here in January 20th, 21st of 2019. That is basically part of this 5-month series of resets that's creating a universal reset. So I'm going to share and give you an update of that energy, but I'm also then going to give you 6 ways that you can reset your own button and reboot, you can recalibrate your own life, your own being, okay? So let's get up to speed with the energy first. And, you know, this is a new year, new you. And so it's time also for a new operating system because what we've been doing and how we've been being programmed with our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions and patterns of action of how we've handled things in the past for all areas of our life, we are being asked now to, and we have been being asked, but this is like another layer of being asked to let go of the way that you used to handle things so the things that are coming back up, you know, full moons are all about releasing what doesn't serve your purpose, what doesn't work. And so this full moon in Leo is digging deep into relationships as well as fulfillment and money. And I will also tell you, this full moon has a recycle to the blood moon that we had on July 27th of 2018. That happened to be my birthday. I am a Leo, and so, you know, trust me when I say this pattern of what's happening, I'm seeing it every area of my life. So, and it's also something that I've been templating for my clients and also with you guys here for, you know, quite a while now. And so it's just basically everything that's been being said has been being said in preparation and also to take action, but now it's like here. And so we're being asked, as I mentioned, to handle things differently. And this new moon is also considered a wolf moon, okay? And as it being a wolf moon, the reason it is called a wolf moon is because of, you know, the winter time, the wolves are out, they're howling at the moon type thing. And if you think about that, that's a form of expressing to the universe what you desire, okay? And we've been being asked to do that, but see, what we've really got to do, and this is where Leo is going to kick in and really help, is to be able to ask from the heart's desires, what do we want? And so there's 2 things I share with people as far as taking action. And I do want to elaborate on one more thing before I say that. That is 3D action now. It is time. We've been doing all this work that's been this 5th dimensional work, and now it's literally time. We've been saying break down structure, get rid of old structure, get rid of old patterns in every area of our life of how we handle things. But now we're being asked to take 3D action again to actually bring this into form, which means we got to dust off our little booty that's been you know, mangled from the ascension process and get going and take some action to make these things a reality. But what I was going to say is when it comes to action, there's 2 types of people. So this, dependent upon where you are, will be dependent upon how this hits you and where your needs are. So some people don't know how to take action. They have no structure in their life. And so they need to be adding, at this stage of the game, to bring things in form, action needs to be taken in physical 3D. And I'm going to tell you some ways to upgrade this as far as getting on board with it for yourself, because I understand, you know, the ascension process is taking a toll on everyone. Everyone's tired. But you know, there's nothing more tired than putting energy out with no return and no results. So it's time to like put the action into the heart's desires and start seeing the manifesting which has taken place that will give you the energy to continue your journey to bring these things into form and for it to transpire and take place. On the other end, you know, myself included in this one, but I've definitely gotten better because I've worked at it, is that, you know, I've been on one end of the spectrum of take a lot of action, and therefore I have had to learn over these last few years to really break down the structure that I have. But what I will tell you now that I've learned to break down the structure in my areas of my life and with clients and even new programs that are coming back, actually they're old programs that are dusting themselves off that I've created in the past, coming back to help implement even into businesses and different types of structure now. It's bringing structure back at this time frame. But if you are a person that's too structured, and you may need to let go of some of the structure if you haven't already done so, to find the balance between your actions to where you're doing it in harmony, and you're also doing it from the heart. And that's another thing about this action now. It's about doing it from our heart's desires versus our head and our logic that we've been used to doing. And that, you know, in this reset of this, you know, when we talk about like a reset and a reboot here, it's about releasing the past. It's about letting go of what doesn't serve your purpose anymore. And that being actions, thoughts, feelings, relationships. And when it comes to the twin flame journey, even the twin flame story, even the way that the actions and the patterns have taken place with your twin flame in the past. So many people are still hung up onto the past, and it's time to basically let that go. And twin flames are reuniting during this time, and I'm seeing it over and over again, and they're coming in for multiple reasons. Some are to continue to clearing the past, some are for reunion, like bringing the actual reunion into place. But what I want you to know, the ultimate time during this time right now is not so much about the end result of the relationship. It's to heal and release the things that, the patterns, the actions, the stories, the old past, to where they're coming back and giving you an opportunity to re-heal those things. And if they're not coming back in the physical 3D, you will be revisiting it as if they're coming back in the 5D to you to do the same. Or you'll be getting a facilitator that will come through, that will present and put you through situations that trigger you exactly how your twin would have triggered you, in order to continue to do your work in this space and place. And as I've always said, that's why it's so important to stay open to everything and attached to nothing, and letting go of your resistance of change and moving forward. You know, and where this lines up, I want to say too, in this pattern of this universal reset, and if you go back and track what I've talked about since the 1111 portal through, I've said now, like the spring equinox coming, we have a 5-month reset button being hit with neutrality, because this super blood moon that is in Leo is also at 0 degrees. So we've had that happen in November, December, now January, it's going to be February, and March again. So another thing I want to say about this total lunar eclipse hitting in at this blood moon time in this month, it being in Leo and digging really deep into the blood of this, cleansing and purifying that to where you can let love live in fulfillment in all areas of your life going forward. And this particular lunar eclipse is going to last about 5 hours. And that's a pretty dramatically long time for this lunar eclipse to take place. And typically the power that comes behind a eclipse like this is about, for every hour, you can think about a month's worth of, action, or like repercussions, or the outcome is amplified for that amount of time past that, for 1 month of every hour. Well, we're talking that's 5 months of work there, that this is going to like create like 5 months impact on you and your life. So the more work you can do in this energy, and the power, knowledge is power, that you can take this knowledge and you can take some action in your 3D, that the universe is giving us this gift of this reset universally. And I'm sharing with you now, what I want to do is share with you how you can now reset your own self, your own heart, your own life, your own love, your own relationships, so that you can make the most out of this time and be able to see the fruits of your labor coming in if you take some action. So let's then first, I just want to see, I feel like that feels complete. I just want to make sure that, like, and it might, something might come through. No, that feels pretty complete as far as like what I want to say right now about the energy, because I think one of the most important things, especially what I bring to the table, you know, there's a lot of videos out there on the actual astrology connection to that, but I like to bring it into form of how we can take the highlight of what's happening and how I can give you tools and tips and things to focus on that you can do in your everyday life to be able to make the most out of this, like I said, for yourself. So in a reboot, as I mentioned earlier, it is about, like, think about when you reboot your computer or you upgrade your operating system from, you know, Windows 8 to Windows 10 kind of thing. You know, at first it's kind of frustrating because everything's turned around, upside down, and renewed, different, and it takes time to get to know that, and we don't like it, but, you know, it's always usually supposed to be to operate better. That's what we're doing with this. And in that reboot, we're being asked to cancel, edit, delete the files within us, the programs within us, the thoughts, the beliefs, the actions, the patterns, in order to then be able to, from the cancel, edit, delete, to rewrite those patterns, to rewrite those stories, to implement new things. And that's basically, if we think about it in terms of like what I teach my clients, is we release the past, which gives us the space to raise our conscious clarity and raise our energetic vibration. So as we let go, we create space that gives us like clarity to see, to feel. It's an energy thing. Now our energy goes up and we can reclaim from that higher state of being, that higher vibration. And the 3D action is so important, so it helps us bring our internal vibration into our external reality. So let's talk about the 6 ways then to reboot your soul and upgrade your operating system. The first one is to upgrade your mindset. Okay? And in all of these that I'm going to talk about, I want you to think of them as an opportunity to cleanse out these systems that I'm going to share with you. And then you're clearing them. You know, think of them as being washed over, including all your chakras being washed over with like diamond light and cleansing, transmuting, maybe even the violet flame, to help transmute all this negative energy and make a conscious decision. You want to let things go and clear it. And then from there, that's going to help you to be able to bring more light into your space, your heart, giving you more compassion and bring more than being able to, as you revisit things and canceling things, you're going to gain the clarity, including in your twin flame interactions, because you'll give your twin the space and yourself the space to grow in order to create the new patterns and the harmonization even within your twin flame journey. So first, again, cleanse everything with love and light to create this space that basically the clearing. So you're going to cleanse, you're going to clear, and then you're going to create clarity for the new actions. And the thing is, we need clarity if we're going to set intentions. We're going to make things happen in this new year, new operating system, new way to love, new way to experiencing. And I will tell you, from a Leo standpoint, as I mentioned, we're talking about love, relationships, money, and fulfillment of the desires, meaning even more the purpose. And so what the problem is, people need to clarify their patterns of what they want and how they act and take action on that. So, we know what we don't want, right? But do you know what you want? Do you know what you want from your heart when it comes to love, when I say love, I'm talking about in a relationship. You know what you don't want from your twin, but if you really sit down and clarify what you want and put it out there and write it down, make it happen, and then lose the label and lose the face and just know that this is what I want from whoever it is, and get really clear on what it is you want so that you can definitely then begin to manifest it, including finances and livelihood, work, jobs, things like that. People are being transitioned because they're not getting fulfillment in their everyday workplace, and being able to take the leap of faith to start moving into more purpose, which is why I've started helping clients get into more purpose work and doing branding and helping them be able to really wake up their purpose, and not just wake it up, but bring it into form, and being able to brand the story, monetize the message, and package the purpose so that you can bring that into form. So you need to get clear on what that is. And if you can't get clear, you need to find someone that can help you do that, because otherwise you get muddled in the circle of the rat race of consistent spiraling of the negative vortex of the same old, and nothing's moving. So this is all about energy, and energy has to move. So as I say that too, it's like the cleansing of the energy with love, the clearing of the energy of the past, and then clarifying what you want when it comes to your mindset in this particular case. Okay? Then we have to commit to the drawing board here. We have to commit to the vision. We have to commit to what it is we've just clarified we wanted. And we need to be really clear. The more clear you can be on the clarification of what you want, and then the more you commit to it, the better you're going to actually see your results faster. Because when you get wishy-washy and maybe this or maybe that, the universe is trying to deliver, and every time it starts to pop up into your life, it's like you're mowing the grass and you cut down the sprout because you just started over. And you don't know, and then you go back and forth, and it's sending mixed signals, and you're the co-creator bringing this into form. So you really need to know what it is you want. And I agree, it can be very confusing, but when it comes to purpose, you need to start someplace in one place and build around that. So then in this upgrading your mindset of cleansing, clearing, clarifying, committing to what you want, then we also have to be consistent. And that's consistent really with all of these upgrades that I'm going to share with you. And using the same cleanse, clear, clarify, commit, and consistency with all of the operating systems that I'm going to tell you to upgrade. And the consistency of this, what you need to do is nothing's 100%. So if you can consistently work towards reframing your positive thinking, work towards letting go of negative patterns, work towards, as I said earlier, knowledge is power. So seeing and identifying your past and then being able to know that you can not 100% transition from where your past was to where you are, but you can get better and better and better at creating positive thinking patterns. And then, when you put your energy into anything, and I'm going to use the twin flame for this one. Most people put 100% of their energy into the twin flame versus themselves with no return. And it's an energy vampire drawing of you and sucking you dry. Every area of your life, whether it be the beloved, whether it be relationships, whether it be work, whether it be your purpose, you need to put 20% energy into it with a harmonic balance of an 80% return. And if it's not giving you the return, it's not the right thing, or you need to tweak something, or you need to do something differently, because when you're in the vortex of what is harmonic for you, you will get that 80% return. And I see this over and over and over personally. I've saw this in my own life, in my own way that I've done things in my chiropractic practice, even where I've implemented structures and systems and things like that in business, that it works. And it works in life. It works in love as well. Just like, if your love bank goes dry and you're not filling up your own love bank and giving that own return coming in, you're going to overdraft just like your bank account. And that's where people say, it tends to be love, money, purpose, all of the underlying components to that is the same. So it's about getting your pattern corrected and upgrading these mindset and these 6 things. And I'm going to go into the second one, so it's upgrading the body. So, you know, we're being sucked of energy, as I'm talking about. And as we're being sucked in energy, it's becoming energy deplete, and we don't have no vitality. We have no joy. We have no feeling of energy, of like vibrance. And I will also tell you the ascension process that we went through has been a huge factor to depleting us, right? So what we need to do then is we need to upgrade that now. First, we can upgrade it by our mindset to let go of the idea that, you know, we have to be stuck in ascension flu for the rest of our life. Make a conscious decision and make a commitment that, no, I don't have to be there anymore. I can jump timelines and I can move into this new energy, and I can have vibrant health, wealth, time, talent, and purpose. And so as we upgrade our body, it's a combination of, you know, and increasing our health and vitality is going to be a combination of making sure that we get the proper food, nutrients, doing some fitness, getting back into some exercise, some maybe yoga to help stimulate and move our chi in our body and to get our metabolism going, you know, supplements. A lot of people I see go through issues during this ascension flu. That's why I worked with patients and clients for over 20 years as far as the adrenal fatigue. And so doing an adrenal boost to be able to support the adrenals and rebuild them, which is about a 4-month period. But I also got to tell you, it goes back to them upgrading the mindset, because you get stuck in the idea you don't feel well, and then you start telling yourself you don't feel well, and then everything you do is because you don't feel well. You just keep staying in the negative vortex of not feeling well. So these things blend together. So, you know, dust off the booty and get moving and get up and start to create some vitality and do it even from a conscious choice. And that's one thing I will tell you. I'm putting a program together to reboot our whole spirit. It's a spiritual fitness boot camp in order to reboot exactly what I'm saying here from a standpoint of what we need to do to rebuild ourselves. And again, it's consistency, and it's about doing something every day that moves you forward in a positive direction rather than thinking you're going to be 100% perfect at any one of them. You know, do you need a little extra sleep today, or do you need the workout? Which one's most? But make sure that consistently within 80% of the time, you got your wheels moving within something, and it's not getting stuck and then sabotaging and then just doing nothing that sucks your energy and makes you feel like crap. And then that self-sabotage kicks in. So then number 3, we need to upgrade our heart. We need to make sure we've purified and cleansed the forgiveness of other people. If there's still people out there, you need to release this forgiveness, and especially your twin flame and your twin flame journey. Because as I said, we got to release that crap, and we got to cleanse, clear, and purify it so that we can then open the space, clear it, and then clarify from our heart what we want when it comes to passion and purpose and love and fulfillment, and then be really clear on what it is we want from our heart and in these things, and stepping into more joy and happiness that's going to feed our soul, which is number 4 here, is upgrading your spirit. Is to basically, that's feeding our soul. It's we're taking vitamins for our soul. When we can upgrade our spirit and we can do things like meditate, or one of the things I'll tell you is really big right now I'm seeing is the breathing. As a chiropractor, I've watched most people shut down their breathing mechanisms and only breathe and use 7% of the lung capacity. Exercise will help get that lung capacity going. Even rebound therapy, where you get on a little mini trampoline and you jump up and down, that's the chi moving, you know, sound vibration, sound healing, body movement, dance, flow, you know, that goes back to even some of the body shifts. But, you know, we need, in that spirit, we need the flow going, and we need no restriction. And we need to put our focus and our attention, our commitment, our consistency into feeding and nurturing our soul on an everyday basis. So I'm just going to recap just for a second. So we got upgrading the mindset, we got upgrading the body, we've got upgrading the heart, We got upgrading your spirit, and now I want to talk about upgrading your space. Okay, so that will be number 5. So in upgrading your space, one of the things that I have taught for many, many years in my own staff and clients is what I call white space. And that means to when things around you get stuck and stagnant, they need to move. So you've probably heard me say this before, and even if you've done it before, it's time to do it again, because remember, these systems need constant reevaluation in order to realize that what we used to work or what we did at one time worked and it doesn't work anymore. So we need to revamp our system and change things constantly to keep things moving so that everything's flowing and operating and all systems are glowing forward on fire. And you're doing that from a place of heart, especially in this Leo time frame. So if you got a lot of clutter around you, or you understand the feng shui principles, now is the time to dust that stuff off and to really be using it. And then as we move into number 6, we're going to talk about rebooting your livelihood. Because, and I mentioned this, your workplace, your purpose, your mission, fulfillment, work, going to work. So what I want to tell you in this is very important. It's not like people see purposes over here. And I got to tell you, even where I'm at, there's nothing I've done in my 25-year journey that wasn't a piece and step to be here today. And I can look back at that and think, oh, that was a waste of time, or that took a lot of energy, or I had to go through all this crap in the hell of ascension and the dark night of the soul. And I mean, the list could go on and on. But start becoming solution-oriented, not focusing on the problems. Start to basically know that what you're doing today is not going to be forever, and energetically release the fact that it's the block, but it's part of your process to get here. And that knowing that here's coming and that you're working towards it, but then because it's also not where you put an end to what you're doing that you don't want to do. It's where you start what you want to do that counts. There will be a transition. It won't be a black and white. It's an unfolding process, just like our going up in ascension is, and our unfolding of our soul and connecting to our highest self. So it's always happening. And you get too stuck on this ain't working, and I got to jump to get here, and I got to get here. And you just think you got to get here, but there's a patience thing here. You're going to have to pull it back to here. And if you're in a job that it's putting food on the table, it's providing a roof over your head, and, thank your lucky stars. Start to find everything within your reality that you like, because liking what's in your reality will become a requirement to have more of what you really want. Or if you keep focusing on what you don't like, everything you attract is going to be what you don't like. And you won't get out of the hell that you're in until you find the peace in it and learn to like and love where you're at. And it will get you out of where you are to move forward to where you want to be. But you need to upgrade that livelihood in a thought process of that here's where I'm going to be. I'm going to implement now what I can. I'm going to stop focusing and putting my perception into the negative side of all the bad things that I have going on right now, because I'm upgrading my mindset. And then I'm going to upgrade my body to give me more energy, to give me more vitality, to be stronger physically. And Leos are all about strength and power and physical being. I can tell you by not working out or not, in physical fit shape, I feel weak. And it's partly being the Leo, which I'll also tell you. I always say there's traits. Don't put all your eggs in the basket of that's a trait, and now I have to be that way forever. I'll give you an example. Scorpio, they have lack of trust. And I have one client come to me a few years ago that was so negative. I'll never be a positive person. I'll never trust anyone because I have Scorpio and 5 planets going on. And I'm don't give your power to that. Yeah, you might have an issue with trust, but who doesn't? So therefore, we can develop those characteristics of our planets and our signs. Here's another way to reboot our operating system and upgrade our mindset too. Don't give yourself these limiting beliefs that put you in a box when you deserve and your soul desires to be where it wants to be outside of that box in a bigger, bolder, brighter, more beautiful way. So there you have it. So use this energy to make sure to, not only are we doing the reboot and the reset for the universal timeline, use it to your power and you will see changes in your life coming this year in 2019. So one more time to recap, reboot your soul and reboot your life is going to be to upgrade your mindset, to upgrade your body, to upgrade your heart, to upgrade your spirit, to upgrade your space, to upgrade your livelihood, and the way you integrate all of those things and bringing those into form. And so much love to you. So if you need help or assistance, know that in my Reboot Your Soul, Twin Soul one-on-one program, this is exactly what I help people do to get across the bridge. I have also put that into an online course, so make sure to check out the link below and all the ways that you can glow forward with me. And so may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Make sure to like, comment, share the shine, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.